And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a little game called Walkie Talkie. Named by a very inventive person, the Walkie Talkie, which, by the way, was one of my favorite toys as a childhood. We ran around the neighborhood and talked in the walkie-talkies. And you know what that has to do with this game? Nothing! This is a party game in which you are going to be playing cards and shouting out words. It's a cooperative game, so there is that. It's very small, portable. Let's take a look. In this game, there is a deck of cards with a letter on one side and a color on the other. So you see this is F, on the other side it's orange, this is blue, on the other side it's A, and you're going to put one of each out randomly, one letter and one color. You're going to take the rest of the deck, and it's going to be half shuffled colors up, half letters up. You cut it in half, mix them together, then each player is going to get a hand of 6 cards. So for example, maybe these are the 6 cards that I got. You're going to set a timer for 30 seconds per player, and at the same time, players are going to start, once you start the timer, players are going to play cards onto one of these 2 piles. Now, you're going to play a card on something, so maybe I play a letter here. When you do that, you have to give a code, which means I have to say something that starts with the letter H. That's an ugly H, by the way, and put it, and that's also the color blue. Now, it can't be the word blue. Let's say I put a B out. I can't say blue. But you can say anything else. It could be a proper noun, whatever, as long as it's something that's blue. I don't know if H2O is legal, but that's what I would say, H2O. Or maybe I would put something that's green, and now I have to think of something that's green that starts with the letter H. Or that's pink and starts with the letter H. Or that's pink and starts with the letter J. That's jam. Anyway, if the group disagrees with you, they can say so, and you have to put it back in your hand. You can also do a few things to help. At any point, someone can say Roger, and when that happens, everyone is going to turn their cards over. So now you have a different selection of letters and or colors. You can also say over, in which case you pass all your cards to the person on your left without turning them over, which means if you had no cards, well, people can give you their cards to play. That's pretty much it. You need to get rid of all these cards before the timer comes out. And you're looking at the asterisks on these letters. That's the points you got. So playing this C doesn't really give you any points, but this E gives you a point, and this J gives you 2 points. Anyhow, there's really no win or anything, and you lose a point for each card that's in your hand when the time runs out, and then you get a score. And you can declare yourself winners or not. I guess it doesn't really matter. The card quality here is pretty good card quality from DeVere. I like the fact that the different colors on the cards have some thing on them that makes it very obvious. This is orange. This is purple. It's, you know, an eggplant. This is water. It's blue. So I like that fact. I mean, it's about as good as you can make a color game about colors for folks who are colorblind. And the letters themselves are fine. I don't know why X is in the game at all, because like, there's anyone in particular might know 3 words that start with the letter X, and you'll find that the person who has X will almost always make the card flip over because, hey, it's a lot easier to play a red card. Everything comes in a small little box. It's a small little package. Components are fine. There's some really weird things about this game. The one thing that just boggles my mind is the fact that in the rules they say that if you say a word that other players don't think counts or whatever, they can tell you to put it back in your hand. This is a cooperative game. Why on earth would I be like, no, I can't agree with that word? I mean, it's just so weird. It's not going to happen. If we're like, I don't know, does that count or not? Obviously, I'm going to count it because it's a cooperative game. But it's not even a game. You just come up with a score. I guess the game is get rid of all the cards in your hands. But it's not one I find that I'm particularly good at. You know, oh, think of a word that's yellow and starts with L. Lemon. Think of a word that's, you know, pink and starts with P. I'm like, pink. No, I can't say pink. Carnation, rose, flowers are pink. I don't know. And yeah, other people are playing. Some people are going to be better at this game than others, and you can pass your cards or flip your cards. Just sit around and talk. I don't see what the point of this game is really. It's an idea, and by the way, it's not a particularly inventive one. It's like name something that matches these 2 things, a color and a letter. That's not that interesting at all. I played it with my kids, and everyone was like, meh. So that's what that's You know, if you want a quote for the back of the box, that's what you can put. Tom Vasel. Because that's really where we're at here. Yeah, I get it. It's small, it's portable, but I don't know. There's a lot of these little games out there, and I'd rather have a game saying name a food that starts with the letter P, like a category. The color thing is very broad and general, and this whole, I like the fact that the card deck is flipped in half and shuffled in there. But other than that, this is the kind of game I think you play it once and you're like, okay, yeah, okay, it's fine, and then you'll never play it again. Okay, if you want to buy a one-time use game, but I don't think so. So Walkie Talkie, this isn't one that I'm like super pumped about. It's at best, I'm Tom Vasel, and we'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment? Just read a book.